Okay everybody, welcome to the Hideout, and today we're going to talk about yet another polymer 9mm pistol. Let's see if it'll go bang. Okay guys, welcome to the Hideout today, and before we get started, let me say this. You know, I always like to say thank you to all the subscribers, but to be honest with you, that's the easiest part of the videos. I do this totally off the cuff, no notes, no nothing, just what I know about the handguns and weapons and rifles. But you know what? That's one thing I never have to worry about getting right. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you, all of you. If you have not, like I say, click the ringy dingy, get a notification. Check out Sarge1911.com. Remember, part of what we do there goes to the kids over at St. Jude. So keep that in mind. Today, let's go talk about another polymer 9mm. You know, we got an endless trail of these things out there. And today we're going to talk about the Beretta APEX A1 Carry. Now, the Apex has been around a little while. This is the APEX A1 Carry, specific size. There's a lot of competition out there in this size handguns, and we know why. You know, polymer, I'm assuming they can be produced in mass quantities with some type of injection molding and stuff, and it's a nice amp size round for self-protection. They're plentiful. You can get them in surplus. The ammo prior to the mess was readily available and inexpensive per se, but there's just a lot of competition. Competition is good. Competition does a couple of things. One, it'll drive the price down. Two, it demands a steady improvement in products. So before we get started here, let's kind of just go through a couple of things in the box. Of course, we got our freaking bicycle lock. You know, I've got a collection of bicycle locks. I need to try to make a deal with Sweden and see if I can get a couple of bicycles from this at Sarge 1911. I got a little plate, goes on one of the magazines they give me, which they happen to give me a 6-round magazine and an 8-round magazine. So let's have a look at the toy. Alright, here we go. Beretta APEX A1 Carry. Kind of take a roll it around a little bit. Now I'm going to be honest with you there. This thing is kind of cool. It's got a white dot up at the front. Just a small set of sights at the back. Now what you can do with the Apex is you can mount different red dot sights on the top. My personal opinion is when I start putting red dot sights up on something like this, I've lost my concealability. I mean, I like the idea of having a small handgun I can just stick in my pocket. But let's just kind of start up here and see it. I'm going to roll it. I think you can see better when I roll it. I've got serrations in the front and the back, and I like them. They're not stupid aggressive, and they're not so thin that they're useless. I like the things. I really do think they're cool. You know, it's a striker fired, hammerless, no safety, but it does have the little safety in the trigger there in the middle, like some of the Glocks and Springfields and other firearms. Pretty common now, pretty common. It does have a reversible magazine release here. I mean, you can see it's reversible. I can turn it so it does the other way. So, I mean, it's pretty much, for the most part, an ambidextrous gun. It's got an external extractor out here on the side. There's not a lot to these little things. They're pretty nice. The trigger guard is squared out here and gives you plenty of room to get your big fat fingers through there. I like that. But the one thing you guys know I'm concerned about is, does my pinky hang off the bottom of this thing? And my pinky does hang off the bottom of this. That's going to give me a little bit of disadvantage, because I'm just thinking that the recoil in a handgun this size could be substantial. Now, one of the other things I noticed, I got texturing all the way around it, and it's more like sandpaper grit. You know, it's good. It's not stupid texture, but there is some texture on there. It's going to be more than a Glock, which, you know, I like that. But there's one thing that I do think that, as far as ergonomics, I just don't enjoy. And I'm gonna hold it up by itself and see if you can tell that. I'm gonna try to hold it like this. Can you see that this plate is at an angle? It's not, see this, does it look like it's tilted at an angle? You might think that's okay, but when I slip it in the handgun, I want you to see what it does. Can you see that against my shirt? It goes forward here. Now, unfortunately, that just is not as the most comfortable thing. My pinky will go on there, but then my pinky rides forward more, and it's not as comfortable as I would like. I would have thought maybe it would have just continued on straight right here. I hope you're seeing this. I'm trying to make a good video for you fellas. If this would have went straight, it would have been a lot more comfortable. I understand why they did it that way, because it just does tuck your pinky in there, but to me it's a little bit offsetting. You can see how big that trigger guard is when I stick my finger out there, how big it is. It's a pretty interesting little gun. Now, one of the things that's really interesting about this gun, I'm gonna ask that Mrs. Sarge 1911 take the camera up off here, off of my face for a minute. Abracadabra! All right, now what we got, and the reason I did this, I want to show you something. Look at the top portion of this thing. It's not polymer here. It's metal here. The rails are metal. Now, the reason that way is because this thing is modular, and I can change out the lower receiver of this thing to, right now, 4 different colors. There's black, there's OD green, there's gray, and there is a dark earth, I believe is what it's called. So I could change that. Now, does it look cool with OD green and other things? Yes, I believe it does. And some, like in particular, the OD green I thought was kind of nice. But at the same time, I think maybe I'm losing my concealment when I've got something contrasting out there. You know, if I just take something small and black, most people might even pass it on as a cell phone. But when I get something contrasting, it draws my attention to it. Is that relevant? Of course not. Of course not. But I just wanted to point out that there are 4 different colors of this thing available. The serial number is down, and you're not going to be able to see it, but there's a little hole here. The serial number is not out here. The serial number is down inside as a part of this metal frame. So this will come off this metal frame, and then you can just swap it out, and the serial number stays with the metal frame. Modular. Everybody does modular, modular, modular. Now, without looking at what I'm doing again, I'm going to just simply go back, and we're back to where we started. So, is it a nice little pistol? Yeah, it's a nice little pistol. Is it going to be all of this and all of that? I think it is going to be a nice little pistol. I'm fixing to go outside and see. Is it, you know, one of the key things I want to tell you about this thing too is, you know, we had the Glock 43. I think it was a 6-round pistol. And then we had the Glock 43X. If I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong, I don't have one, you guys know. I think it might have been an 8-round. So we went from 6 to 8, just like the Glock 43. But here's what I want to point out the difference. And I'm not trying to be a Glock basher. I just know everybody has a Glock. The texture on the hand grip, on the pistol grip, the serrations on the slide are, in my opinion, far superior than the Glock. I'm going to add that to the fact that I can change out the colors of the pistol grips or the lower if I so choose to. And then I must put in there that you're talking about $400 or less for this handgun compared to the Glock. And I can get a red dot on top of it. You know, I don't see any comparison. You know, by me, this right here is just, once again, far and above what the Glock's similar size weapon would be. This is what I go with, provided we go outside and it goes bang, bang, bang. Okay, gang, we're out at the range. What we got today, I'll just quickly go over it again. We have the Beretta APEX A1 Carry. Now, one of the things I did think I failed to mention in there is the size of this thing. We went over it just a little bit. It is less than an inch wide. I mean, it's like 0.9 or something. You know, you could say an inch, it depends on whether you want to give it a plus or a minus, but it is less than an inch wide, which is going to allow me, if I get the proper fitting holster, it is really a carry and conceal handgun. It's what it's designed for, and I like the idea that it's less than an inch wide. Man, I can get it up close to the body, even in the summertime, depending on what I'm wearing. It's small enough I can wear, you know, short sleeve t-shirts and still be concealed. It would look more like a stinking cell phone. So we're gonna go ahead and see what we can do. I think this one felt like, yeah, this is the 6-round magazine. Let's put it in. Let's see what we do here. Put my hearing protection on. Tula ammo. My favorite affordable. Let's see what happens. Ran dry just like it's supposed to. I like it. I like it so far. I like the texture. Now let's take a look at this other magazine. I hate to hear myself in these things. Let's take a look at this other magazine. Just lock the slide back. This is the 8-round. And you'll remember I talked to you about that angle. Maybe now you can see what I'm talking about with that angle a little better out here in the natural light. How it's got the cut toward it here. And it does allow my finger to get on it, but it does put it at some cockeyed angle. For me, that doesn't feel as natural as some of the others. But I mean, it is there. And for concealed carry, man, I'm really liking it. It's light, it's narrow, it's textured good. You know, I could go Gucci with it like they do with the Glocks. I could go Gucci it out and change the colors on it and put the natural dark earth. I could put like a gray or something on it, and I could put the black one on it, and you know, there's a couple of different ones. Go check them out. They're like $39.99 a piece. You probably get them aftermarket somewhere else, maybe for 35 bucks. But you know, if you want to Gucci it out, get you some sights on there and stuff, that's fine. I prefer just a plain old black. So let's try it again. See the 8-round. Weapon's hot. Like I said, no safety. All right, here we go. All right, malfunction or something. Let's see what's happened here. I'm pulling the shit out of the trigger, keeping it up and down range in a safe direction. I'm not getting anything. Magazine did not lock back. Let's remove it. Magazine empty. There is a round in. Let me pick it up and look at it. There is no strike on it. I don't believe. If there's a light strike, it is so small. Let me put a few more rounds in here and see. I'm hoping this is just a Tula ammo issue and we can see what is going on. I'm not right there, may have ruined. Let's see. Put this same magazine back in here. Now one thing, guys, I want you to make sure you know, and you know, some of you do appreciate it, and some of the recliner Rangers do not. What you're getting here is my honest opinion. If you'll go look at my channel, it says about. You're getting my honest opinion. I'm not going in here and watching everybody else's video and telling them what I think they're doing wrong or what I think they're doing right. I'm average Joe out here shooting a handgun that I paid my good money for, and then I expect minimum performance. Right now, as you guys just seen, I had some kind of failure that I do not know whether it's cheap ass ammo related or handgun related. My hands are getting a little cold, just bear with me. I'm gonna put a few rounds in each one of these magazines and try it again. We did run that first magazine completely dry. All right, let's try it again. I didn't count these. You guys know I don't. Weapons clear, 6-round magazine in it. I don't know how many rounds are in it. Just like it's supposed to. Let's try the 8-round magazine. Just like it's supposed to. I'm gonna try it one more time. That just gives me a little question in the back of my head, what happened there? I'd rather be confident and spend a few extra rounds out here in the cold weather, especially this cheap ammo, and make sure I have a confidence when I get done with the video, I give you a good opinion, number one. And number two, if I decide to carry this thing as self-defense, as self-protection, I want to have confidence it's just going to go bang, bang, bang every time I pull the freaking trigger. Bang, bang, bang. So let's try it just one more time. I didn't like the way that happened. But you know, I really can't speak negatively about it until there's something negative. So while I'm sitting here running my mouth, I don't have any idea how many we put in. You guys know I don't count freaking bullets. Let's try it again. Here we go. You know, it's probably cheap ass ammo related problem I had. Right now I can't say that it's the gun. Right now I like it. I'm looking at it though, as I get a closer look and using it, there's some things I don't particularly like that are basically so far proved to be more of a cosmetic, I think. I don't know if you can get this on here or not. Let me help the camera professional. I've got a gap between here and here. Nothing unusual, right? This magazine, all right, spring's keeping it off there. That's no problem. But what I'm more concerned about is, look at the tolerances between here and here. Here I've got a gap. Here I have no gap. Is that normal? I don't know. That's something I've never noticed before. And it may not actually be relevant. But I guess so long as the damn thing goes bang, 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 who cares, right? I mean, nobody's going to be checking it out that close. If you're that close, you're a friend. So you're not a foe. So, you know, do I like it? Yeah, I like it. Is it worth $399? You dang bet it is. I'm going to suggest if you can find one and you can get it at that $400 price, or even maybe $425 and below, pick it up. Past the Glock, pick it up. And the only reason I say past the Glock is I think the texture is going to be a little bit, it's going to be a little bit more up on it. The trigger's nice, the serrations are nice. You can change, you got more options with this, I guess is what I'm saying. You've got a few more additional options on this than you would have that. Other than that, it's basically a Glock 43X in most cases. You know, it's the same plastic polymer that's going around the block. Do I like it? Yeah, I like it. So until we get to shoot again, let's just keep it in mind. Always shoot safe, shoot straight. HOOAH.